Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to create your first C language project and explain the project's directory architecture. Alright, at the end of the previous video, we left off on this dialog. In the bottom right corner, there's an option to create a new project. Click on that. And a new project creation window will pop up, where you will see several options here. And we will start by selecting empty project, which will bring us to a new dialog. And on this dialog, we can name our project and choose where it will be saved. Let's go with the classic name for the first program, Hello World. As for the project location, you can set it anywhere you prefer. Once that's filled out, we will go ahead and click the Create button. Alright, after Visual Studio set up the empty project, you will see a window that looks blank. And with a panel on the right showing a list of folders, this is the project directory architecture. And at the top, there's a folder called External Dependencies. This is where we can store pre-compiled libraries. This might be a bit challenging for beginners to understand, but you can imagine that some projects are designed to be functional modules, and they can be referenced by other developers. Okay? And the next is the Resources folder. This is where you can place any non-code files that the project might need, like as images, documents, or XML files, etc. Okay, and then third and fourth folders relate to the project's code, header files, and source files. Since a project can be quite large, we usually avoid putting all code in one file, and instead organize it by category. So there are often multiple files in these folders. On this slide, I would like to further explain header files and source files. Okay, the code itself is split into two main types, declaration and implementation. Declaration files let the compiler know which files to compile, and they contain references to all the necessary implementation code for the project. Think of it as an internal index of the project files. These declaration files are called header files, with extensions like .h or .hpp. Okay, implementation refers to the actual executable code that makes the project run, corresponding to the instructions defined in the header files. These are called source files, typically with extension like .c or .cpp. Now let's do the quick practice to help clarify what source files and header files are. So first, we can right-click on the source files folder and select Add and then New Item. This brings up a dialog where we can name the file, and I will name it main.cpp since this is the entry file of the program. Okay, and our Hello World project is simply designed to display the phrase Hello World. I will quickly write the code for this, and we will go through it in detail. Okay, once written, we can compile it. The build button is on the top bar, or you can use the F5 shortcut. And after compilation, the program will run. You will see Hello World displayed in the output window. Looking back at the code, In the first line, you will see we are including a file. This file allows us to call the stdcout instance to output the hello world to the console. Okay, and followed by stdnl to move to the next line. This included file is part of C++ library, which gives us access to C++ features. To use C features instead, we can include a C standard library header. And use the printf function to display hello world. The \n at the end has the same effect as stdnl, moving to the next line. It means the next phrase will be shown on the next line. Okay? So far, we have demonstrated how to include both C and C++ headers and use functions from each to display hello world. Although we can't see the source code of these functions because they are built into Visual Studio, we can specify which header files we need to include. Now, how do we create our own header files? I will do a simple demonstration. Right-click on the header files folder and select Add and then New Item. Since the source file is named main, I will name the header the same for easy identification. And make sure to use the .h or .hpp extension. And then click Create. In this header file, we can include the C and C++ headers that we previously used. And then in our source files, we include our custom header. Linking everything internally so we can still call functions and objects from the C and C++ libraries. Notice that we use double quotes for our custom header here, unlike the angle brackets used for standard libraries. This difference is because the directories where these files are stored differ. But for now, just keep in mind that this distinction is based on the file location. Okay? Once again, let's compile to ensure that everything works. Hopefully, this demonstration has given you a basic understanding of source files and header files. In the next video, we will dive into data types. See you there.